We got the PPI and the CPI. They were, none of them were the worst it's been, but none of them were as good as we were hoping for.
For the moment, there's only one species of Fed official. I call it the greater or the lesser hawk. The result is the debate is only about how much higher the Fed goes and how quickly it gets there.
The Fed has made it clear it will continue to hold rates higher for longer to fight inflation.
We're going to set policy to do what we have to do to get back to price stability. So we've been raising interest rates. We've seen some of that working through the economy. We have seen some pressure off the inflation, but inflation remains too high. And as you know, coming out of the meeting last time, and the minutes showed earlier this week, that we're going to have to do a little more to get that back to price stability of 2%.
Talk has shifted dramatically in recent days, from imminent predictions of a hard landing, then shifting to the likelihood of a soft landing. But now, we are seeing an unexpected jump in U.S. inflation. The Fed's preferred inflation gauge rose last month at its fastest pace since June, an alarming sign that price pressures remain entrenched in the U.S. economy and could lead the Fed to keep raising interest rates well into this year. In this video, Cathie Wood discusses how inflation fears keep the pressure on for Fed rate hikes. To know more details, stay tuned till the end of the video. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel for the latest videos on economy, crypto, and market trends. Let's get into the video now.
February 1st, the Fed announced a 25 basis point increase in the Fed funds rate. So now we're at 4.75%. And that is up 19-fold from 0.25, where we were as recently as last March. We have never seen this dramatic an increase in interest rates, ever. You couldn't go back through all of history and never see this rapid an increase, and nor an increase of this magnitude in terms of multiples of the base rate, so 19 times. So we believe that the Fed now, because of signaling from money supply and the yield curve, is beginning to think that it should step back. Now, it didn't say so. Chairman Powell said, no, we have more to go. We need to make sure inflation gets back down to 2%.
The cryptocurrency market is expanding faster than ever, and it's only going to keep growing. But for newbies, knowing where to start can feel like walking blindfolded. That's where Crypto Unity comes in. They're building a bridge for those beginners who are feeling lost in the sea of exchanges and need a little guidance to get started. Crypto Unity is a crypto exchange that's tailored specifically for beginners, an easy introduction to crypto trading backed up by top-notch training and support. And get this, they're one of the first crypto exchanges that don't hold users' funds. Yes, no need to worry about losing your crypto anymore. Crypto Unity's been crushing it lately. I'm talking sold-out pre-sales, global partnerships with big players like Lenovo, and more. They earned a golden badge from CertiK for KYC and scored a 90 out of 100. Plus, they're now the #1 crypto project with the highest audit trust score on CertiK and snagged the top spot on Binance Feed's top 5 crypto projects with the highest audit trust score in 2023 list. Now, let's talk about their token, CUT. It's a utility token that'll give you some perks when you're using their platform. I'm talking lower fees, access to further education, and even the chance to get in on their ICO pre-sales. As the platform grows, CUT will only become more valuable, so don't miss out on the opportunity. Now, listen up, because this is important. Their fundraising goal is €2.5 million, and they've got a total of 1 billion tokens available, with 38% of them sold during their pre-sale. You see, they've got 3 phases. Phase 1, private sale, only for their loyal members and strategic investors. Phase 2, worldwide pre-sale, open to everyone and a chance to get in early. Phase 3, public sale, for those who missed out on the first 2 phases. So, if you're a newbie trying to navigate the world of crypto, don't worry. Crypto Unity's got your back. And if you're an investor, don't miss out on their pre-sale. Head on over to their website, register, and get ready to invest in a bright future with Crypto Unity. The PCE price index accelerated at a 3.7% pace, revised up from the previously estimated 3.2% pace. Excluding food and energy, the core PCE price index rose at a 4.3% rate, an upward revision of a 0.4 percentage point. The PCE price indexes are the Fed's preferred inflation measures. CPI also showed that the prices surged 0.5% from December to January, much more than the previous month's 0.1% rise. Measured year over year, consumer prices climbed 6.4% in January. That was well below a recent peak of 9.1% in June, but still far above the Fed's 2% inflation target. However, much more attention was paid to the acceleration in PCE, the annual inflation. It increased 4.7% on a year-on-year basis in January after advancing 4.6% in December. The sudden inflation spike is another argument that the central bank needs to do more to cool the economy. The report also showed that consumer spending rose 1.8% last month from December after falling the previous month. Powell also mentioned the need for ongoing rate increases while stressing the problems that inflation can cause for consumers in the labor market. Despite the Federal Reserve's aggressive rate hiking campaign, the central bank has more work to do.
Two advisors, or we believe that these individuals advise the Fed, who used to be on the warpath against inflation, have changed their tune a bit. Not that they think letting inflation go is what we should do, but I think they're becoming a bit fearful that that Fed policy might have gone too far after really encouraging the Fed to tighten up. One is Janet Yellen, who is the current Treasury Secretary, and you'll remember the word transitory. She had used transitory as inflation was picking up, and then in quite a dramatic moment, she apologized for using the word transitory, said she was mistaken. This was sometime last year, and really almost encouraged the Fed to act as aggressively as possible. And that's when we started getting the sense that 75 basis points was going to be the norm, not the exception. Well, she's changed her tune. And in this last week, she said something like, once we're through this inflation and we've got it under control, and we seem to be doing that, we're probably going to be facing an environment where inflation and growth are very, very low and problematic for businesses. So that's a big change. And in essence, what she is saying is that, you know what, maybe that inflation was transitory. Maybe it was because of a supply shock associated with COVID and all the supply chain problems that we had, and then the war in the Ukraine. Maybe those shocks are why we had this inflation. And now those shocks are diminishing to some extent.
Markets increasingly had been betting that the Fed would soon stop raising interest rates and began lowering them well before the end of 2023. Investors have been looking for rate cuts even as Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has repeatedly said the Fed is not yet thinking about easing monetary policy. While the Fed is expected to deliver 2 additional rate hikes of 25 basis points in March and May, financial markets are now betting on another increase in June. The government reported on Thursday that inflation increased much faster than initially thought in the fourth quarter, mostly reflecting upgrades to consumer and producer price data published this month. That left some economists to expect that the road to disinflation would be slow and bumpy. The Fed's chair says policymakers will do what it takes to tame prices. It's hard to really wrap your head around exactly what this is all going to look like in the coming quarters. And that's why I think there's so many different opinions out there about what we are exactly seeing right now. So, what will be the Fed's next decision? Are we going to see a hawkish Fed in 2023? What is the inflation expectation for upcoming months? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. For more videos on the economy, crypto, and market trends, be sure to subscribe to my channel. You can also hit that bell icon to never miss any video. Also, be sure to like and share, I'll see you guys in my next video. Adios, and thanks for watching.